back to my channel. Today I'm going to be revamping one of my lip glosses. I like it, but I really want to love it. So today I'm just going to be changing the colors around, the thickness a little more. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for coming and I hope you like what you see. If you're an OG, thank you so much for coming back and watching my video. So to see how I make my lip gloss, keep on watching. So the main reason why I'm going over my colors is, you practice, you try to perfect everything that you make until you're super happy with it. And I liked it, but I wasn't super happy with my color. So I decided I wanted to go back in again and redo it. So one of the main things I should say is that make sure that you write down your ingredients all the time. I'm going to be making my oil that I'm going to mix in my lip gloss. So what you see here is grapeseed oil, shea butter, and mango butter. And I did about 10 grams of the shea butter and the cocoa butter. And the mango butter. And then I did about 20 grams of grapeseed oil, just so that they were about even. So I'm just gonna melt this down and then I'll be able to use it in my lip gloss base. The water was already very hot, so it took literally no time to melt down. But I really wanted a thick oil, not like a thin oil. And grapeseed oil is thick, but I just wanted to add more moisturizing oils to it. So I have my lip gloss base here, Versagel, and I did, I think, 40 grams of lip gloss base. And then pretty much from here, I'm just gonna start adding my colors. So this is a chocolate dark brown liquid pigment that I'm using, and I actually got that from TKB. And how I do it is I prefer to not put my oils in first. I like to get my colors, especially if you're going to be using liquid pigments. It already changes the texture and loosens up your base. So I prefer to get the color that I'm looking for first, and then I like to add my oils last. As you do this, you're just going to realize that you have your own way of doing things. So there's no right way, just do what works for you, and this works for me. In the beginning when I first started, I didn't really have any concept of how much I was going to use in experimenting. I would just say, I'm going to put a dash of this, I'm going to add more of this, and what ended up happening a lot of the times is I ended up throwing out product because I used too much of a certain color. I didn't get what I wanted, and it was just a lot of waste. So I would definitely say, just like when they say you're cooking, add a little bit of salt at a time. It's the same thing with this. You can't take it out once it's in. So just take your time and do small amounts, a little dash of this here and there, and slowly build it up. Once I think I've gotten the color that I want, I just want to compare it to the original one that I made to see if I like the differences, the thickness, the colors. And you can see the original one was darker than the second one, and I like the second one more. I like that chocolate look, but I really wanted to give it a little more, I guess, sparkle, because that's how I am. I don't like anything plain. So I like the second one more. Plus, the thickness is better to me in the second one because, look, the coverage was not as nice as I wanted it to be. This one, the coverage is much better, and coverage is everything. You know, coverage and thickness, you want something that you can apply once or maybe twice for the day. You don't want to have to keep reapplying every few minutes because it dried up or there's not enough color. So now I'm gonna start adding my oils. So this was my little mix. I love how dark the oil is. I know that it's really moisturizing, and I'm not looking for anything to be runny. I don't like runny lip gloss. I feel like it dries up faster. So I want a really good consistency. I don't want it to be super thick. I'm not looking for stickiness. I just want it to feel covered, especially because it's winter time. You know, you want to be able to put on your lip gloss and know that your lips are going to be moist through the cold winter. And I think I probably put about, I'm going to say maybe about 10 grams of this oil. And pretty much I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any pigment still sticking onto my spoon. And then once I poured it into the bottle, there was like some weird color sitting in the side. This consistency I like. It's not too thin and it's not overly thick. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm gonna be using a 60 ml syringe. When I first started, I was using like a 20 ml and I realized that it was gonna take forever. So I automatically jumped up to the biggest one that I could find, which was the 60 ml, and I've been pretty much using that ever since. I'm going to be using a pipette. I'm going to stick the pipette onto the side, and then sorry, not the side, the end of it. It'll just make it easier for me to get into the bottle, and I'm just going to fill it up. Since I started this journey, I realized that I never wanted to order in exacts. When I ordered in exacts, something got scratched, something got broken, or maybe something was missing, you know, and I realized that I should always order more than what I expect to use, because even with your photos, you're gonna take photos in different places. Your bottles can get scratched up. You're not gonna use the same bottles or containers that you're gonna use for photos for your clients, you know? So I always wanna order more so that I can use them for just about anything, even samples. You wanna be able to give out samples, and that's extra. So I would say always order more than you expect to use, just in case. Even with lip gloss, even with your oils, order more than what you expect, because if you mess it up and you have to throw it out, you gotta get more. And obviously don't OD. You know, you don't want to overly purchase, you know, but just be safe. If you're gonna order 100 of something, order 125 or 120, just to be safe. Always cover yourself. Even though these are not for customers, this is for me taking photos and stuff, you still want to wash it and make sure you get all the stickiness off of it. I spray mine with alcohol even after I wash and I dry them, just to make sure that there is no kind of grease or anything on there to stop my labels from sticking properly. And then once you're done, it's time to take photos. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe to my channel. And happy holidays, guys. Take care.